Key Life Productions. Peace to the gods and goddesses out there. This is Brother Cy Kim coming at you from the heart of North Philadelphia once again. And this is Key Life Productions. Here you have the sounds, African Zulu voices. Yes, sir. This video here I came up with, I was sitting around and I'm looking at the different shows that our grandmas and our great-grandparents and our grandparents used to watch back in the day, even our parents, depending on how old you are. Some of the shows, like especially the Western shows. I see my mom gets up every morning and watch these shows like Bonanzas and different ones. Get up every morning, and most of the older people in their 60s, 70s, 50s on like that, and they watch these shows, different cartoons that we used to watch back in the day, and some of the things that's going on now. And a lot of these shows made us actually despise ourselves and love other cultures, and it was made just for the purpose of that. Shows like Bonanzas. This right here. Wait a minute, let me go into this real quick. This right here, little Joe Cartwright. You see how he looked, clean cut and everything. My mom used to go crazy over this guy, and she used to love him. She used to like flip out over him. And Lauren Green, and it was another one that she used to like. I can't remember his name, but I don't think it was a cowboy. It was another show, and they used to have these shows. Here go what's his name? Chuck Connors. You know him from The Rifleman, and a lot of the women went crazy over him. And you know, they presented this stuff like the white guy was always the hero. The white man came over and supposed to be, you know, knocking off the big bad Indians, and they the ones stole the damn land, but they wasn't even, you know, they wasn't letting nobody in on that. They wasn't letting nobody know that back in the day. So I'm trying to find this other picture here. I think it got kind of scrambled because I was trying to put something else together. It had a picture here of I think his name was Johnny Wassermeyer, and old Tarzan dude. And well, the movies that they watched back then actually had an effect, because when you look at how we was depicted, this is how we was depicted. Now that's a sign right there. That was an actual ad. Is a Jolly Nigger. What is it? For savings bank. A Jolly Nigger savings bank. And I mean, like, they had these different things back then to get into the psyche of the people, of our people that was back then. Look at, this is the way we was depicted. See the little boy liking chicken and watermelon. Now if you look at that picture and then you turn around and look at this picture, how we have that's from the Big Valley. See, that's from the Big Valley. Look how they look. They look all nice and clean cut and everything. Now it was some other cowboys that really did, like, they was black and they had them look clean cut and everything, but it was like very rare. It was real rare. They always had us looking like servants. And here we have a picture of from the Little Rascals, and they call him Buckwheat. Now Buckwheat, you see, we have him right here. We have him with the so-called nappy hair. And nappy, the word nappy actually doesn't mean have anything to do with hair. It has to do with when you shake up a bottle of soda or a bottle of beer and it fizzes up. That's the actual meaning of nappy, but they put it to the meaning of our hair. And they have their hair, they brainwashing to think that their hair is nice and pretty and everything and all flowing. Now look at this. I believe this is the girl that played Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz back in the day. I can't remember her name, but dressed up like an Indian. They didn't even have people dressed up like they didn't have real Indians. They had white folk, the cracker, dressed up like Indians. I think the only real Indian, I think they had like 2 Indians back then. One was on a commercial when I was little back, and another one was, I think, Tonto from the Long Ranger. I think he was a actual Indian, and they had him nice and clean cut, but he ran around, called, what's the name, Kemosabe, and so on and so forth like that. And he was a servant. He was also a servant to the white man that was the Long Ranger. Now I'm trying to find something here, something that I had, a couple things that I had picked out. If you notice from while I'm looking for it, I have no idea where it went. I hope it wasn't on the card that I took out. Trying to get the thing together, but they had different shows, like some of the cartoons, like they purposely made black look ugly. Have you ever noticed on some of the cartoons, like Tom and Jerry? Tom and Jerry was a good example, and a lot of the shows that come on TV, and a lot of the other cartoons, every time somebody get blown up or shot in the face or burnt in some kind of way, the face turned black. Well, if you look at this right here, you see where Tom and another cat was chasing Jerry, and I remember this episode where they actually stuck their heads into an oven trying to find the mouse, Jerry, and somebody turned the oven on, and I think it sort of like blew up or something, and their faces got all burnt. You notice how the faces, when they get burnt, they actually look like pickaninnies, the little name that they had for the little black children and for us back in the day. So now when their faces look burnt, that's actually telling you that something is wrong with a black face. That's going into the psyche, and we sat there and watched these cartoons like Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny. When a coyote get blown up chasing a road runner, his face turns black. See, and let me see. Here you see a picture of a show, a cartoon called Lazy Town. Now they called it Lazy Town, and you can see right here the little black boy. And if you look it up on the internet, let me see if I can actually pull this up on YouTube real quick. Let me see. Lazy Town. I just got some little white girl jumping around in a pink costume. Let me see if I can add something on to that. Lazy Town. Let me see, where is it? Here we go, right here. This probably show you some of it right here. This is not Lazy Town. This is another show. This is another cartoon. And look how they make the black folk. Look how they make them. And that's Bugs Bunny. That's actually Bugs Bunny, looking like you know, that the little black boy's about to try to get, but he's it's disgusting. Now when you look at this, they when the people back then, our people, our great grandmothers and grandmothers, they look at how they look on the cartoon, and they look at how they're portrayed on the different shows with the nappy hair. And I had one here where they was cooking people in pots. They have us portrayed as cooking people in pots. Here's one right here. I think this is okay, this is how they have us portrayed. And we sit around and laugh at it. See, we sit around and we laugh at how they have the I think this is the one that I'm looking for. Hold on. Yep, this is it. Wait a minute. This is the one that I'm looking for. This is the cartoon that was actually called Lazy Town. Now watch how they have us laying around. And it's pathetic because this is the mentality that we took on when they gave us these cartoons and these different shows. Look at this. Everything lazy here. Even the fish is too lazy that they grab the hook. Big red lips and everything. That's how we was betrayed. Now now like I said, the white man betrayed themselves as the heroes, as the ones that go out and save the day and knock off the big bad Indians. This here is another example of how we was portrayed as their servants, carrying their little cracker babies around. And where was our babies at? That's what I want to know. While we was carrying their little cracker, while our women was forced to carry their little cracker babies around and take care of them, where do you think our babies was at? Our babies was being raped. Our babies was being maimed and critiqued and thrown into the damn water as alligator bait and crazy shit like that. They used to make different products out of it. I'm looking for the something I'm looking for and I cannot find it. Now I guess I probably erased it, but I'm gonna type it in right now, because I don't know how many of y'all seen this product back in the day. Wait a minute here. Let me see now. I think we got it right here. Here we go. Nigga boy Brillo pads. You see that? Got a little black guy, got a black guy on the front, or a black woman on the front rather. And it say nigga boy, but it looked like a female on the front. And I think that was another way, because when I was telling you another way of defeminizing us, because it say nigga boy, but it looked like a female. Look at it. That was another thing. After you get finished working out there in the cotton fields all day, and then you come in and you made to scrub pots and pans, they compare it. It's like being compared to your hair. They make shows and they tell us that we got still wool and nappy hair, and here go nigga boy. This was a whole line. there was a whole line of nigger boy products, and they sold these things, licorice cigarettes. Look at that. It was something else called Five. I think it was called Five Little Nigger Boys. It was like a shooting gallery. Wait a minute. Let me see where it's at. It's so easy to pull up. Five little. I think this is it. I don't know. I can't remember if it's 5 or 6. Here you go, right here. Yep, I was right. Look at it. Right there, easy. Tell me you can't really pull up shit on Google. 5 Little Nigger Boys is a shooting gallery. You set the little nigger boys up, and you got the little gun right there, and you take target practice on them. And I bet you they used to give it to their little children. I used to they take it home and give it to the little cracker children on Christmas or their birthday or whatever, and say, go ahead, shoot the little nigger boys. See how many little nigger boys you can shoot. And that right there, after playing games like that, it was easy for those children to go out and watch a black person get hung. It was real easy then. I mean, that's why you see the pictures of the little girl. Let me see. Let me go here. Pictures of black people being hung. It's a real famous picture. One of the most famous pictures out there. It practically just pops up just about wherever you look at a picture. Just didn't pop up this time. It's one that has, here you go. Look at that. The black man right there hanging from a tree. And the little white girl, look at the little white girl face. She's standing there with a big old smile. Look like she ain't no more than 12, maybe 13 years old, something like that. Got a big old smile on her face. I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet you a daddy or a mom went out and brought her 5 little nigger boys. Told him to shoot those 5 little nigger boys. And now she think that niggers is something to kill. I mean, it's simple. Now, when they take her out there and kill a black man, it's easy for her to look at, and she think that's part of life, and you know that's the way things supposed to go. Let me check this out. Newspaper ads of hanging a black person. Get that image up there. Look at this. They even went out and ahead of time. They went out ahead of time and advertised that a black person was going to be hung. Sources tell me that they used to older people tell me that they used to actually be in the churches, and they used to tell them, after church we're going to go out and we're going to hang a nigger, and so bring your picnic baskets and so on and so forth. That's what some people say they got the word picnic, pick a nigger. To my knowledge, that's where a source come from. If anybody out there, you know, has a different, you know, approach to it, I would love to hear it. I'm only pulling these pictures up because I had all these pictures pulled up, but they all disappeared. I don't know where they went, or you know exactly what happened to them. So that's the cause and effect of these different shows that they had back then. They used to, that make our grandmas and our moms actually turn on black people. Now after you've seen buckwheat, After these, oh yeah, back to buckwheat real quick. They had him also depicted as a little girl. Let me show you. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Pictures of buckwheat from the Little Rascals.
Pictures of buckwheat from the Little Rascals. Here you are.
Now, let me go to the images. Let me go to the images real quick. Now right here, just like the picture I showed you, you see he looked like a little boy. This is to defenimize the black man. Now watch this. You go away from this picture and you pull up another picture of buckwheat and they got him looking like a little girl. It's simple. First they got him looking like a boy, and then they dress him up in a little dress looking like a little girl. That started from way back then. The defemination of the black man didn't just start. This started way back. Look at him. He got these little curler things in his head. And after your grandma and your mom and everybody get to looking at that, now they're ashamed of themselves. They're ashamed of themselves because of the way that we are depicted in the movies. And let me see if I could find that servant part from the Three Stooges. I don't know where they went. It's crazy because I know this was here. There's that coon ass Steve Harvey. Let me see if it was over here. Go Malcolm X, they go to Cracker Jesus. I got everybody up in here for some future shows. I don't know where is that. That's crazy because it was right here. That just don't make sense. 44 screenshot. It should have never left the phone. But anyway, after they get finished making us look, of downgrading us and making them ashamed of themselves, guess what happened? Now you got the grandma. You ever heard your grandma or your mom, somebody say, "Get in here with your hair like that. Don't go out there with your hair like that"? Well, that's actually saying don't go out there with your hair natural because the white man said that your hair is not good enough for society. So now here comes the perms, right? Here come the relaxers. Here come the jerry curls. All this hair stuff to try to make our hair look like somebody else because we are ashamed of the way our hair look. To all the young black girls, if you're gonna wear weave and wigs and things like that, wear it because of maybe the profession that you're in, and don't wear it because you are ashamed of the way your hair looks. Now some people going to say, oh, white people trying to look like black people too. But yeah, white people own every damn thing. White people stole everything, and now they got everything in their hand so they could look whatever way they want. They don't have a superiority complex. See, they don't have the superiority complex because you don't never see no damn white woman running to the hair buying a pack of coarse hair to patch on her head. You don't see that. You only see black women running to the store to get the Puerto Rican hair. Oh, that's the Puerto Rican hair. And you know what I hate when black women say, or black men too. You just as goddamn bad. When you say shit like oh, you got you got that nappy hair, you need to go do something with my daughter hair. I'm gonna go buy some weave, or what's the other thing? I can't. It's something that's right on the tip of my tongue. But you go out and you're ashamed of how you look. Let me see if I could pull up something else here. It's another thing here. These pictures, because something happened with the doggone something happened with the thing. Let me see if I can see if this is it right here. Something happened with the memory card, and I had to take the memory card out. And when I took that memory card out, I believe I took out some of the pictures that I actually had in the phone. Let me see if I could pull them up right here. If I replaced this memory card. It's amazing how this thing won't even go in here now. I'm going to see if I had to replace the memory card because one of them was full, and while I was doing that, I must have got them mixed up. So now let me go back in here. It should come up, whatever's in this memory card should come up in a few minutes. And I hope it's back to where I had it the first time. I think I got it. Okay. Yup. Like, alright, here we go. Picture the Three Stooges. We are depicted as servants. This guy here running around chasing the wonder why the water coming out the sink while Mo, Larry, and Curly upstairs doing something with the pipes. And but either way, it is depicting us as servants. So we are in these shows. Another show that depict us as servants. Here go John Wayne. This here is a picture of John Wayne, another cowboy that our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmas used to go crazy about, influencing them to love the white man over the way the black man looked, because the black man was always depicted like this. So since the white man owned everything and he ran everything, and we always and he always looked at the look at this, Shirley Temple, the butlers. I don't even know the one with the light hair. I don't even know if he white, if he black. He looked like that dude that used to paint his face black, but I think, yeah, both of them is black. They were Shirley Temple, and they are butlers. And Shirley Temple is the little rich girl, and her parents is the little rich. It's the rich folk that own the estate that they own. They tap dancing all over the place like little coons. It made them say to themselves that I don't want my daughter hair to look like that. They used to sit around and make us laugh at ourselves. They made us laugh at ourselves. They made us ashamed of ourselves. So now they say I don't want my daughter hair to look like that. I want it to look like I want her hair to be nice and pretty like Master. Yeah, just like Master. So now they make them come in and straighten their hair. That's when they got the straightening combs and everything to straighten the hair so that it doesn't look kinky and woolly anymore. It looks more like Master hair, because Master was the Master was the power. Master was the one that was taking care of you. They was depicted as pretty, and the pretty white skin and so on and so forth, that been fucking us up for hundreds of years, and we still allow them in our lives because we think they look better than us and they are better than us. Here we have a picture of, I believe this is Johnny Wazemeyer. This is the picture I was looking for earlier. Tarzan, a white man jumping around the jungle, and he's out there howling and everything. And let me see, the New Adventures of Tarzan. And again, while he's depicted as the one that is saving the day in the jungle where black folks supposed to live, this is how we are depicted. In the cartoon, you see the Aunt Jemima looking figure right there, African lady, cooking somebody in a pot. And the hat that the person has on looks like one of those hats that the people was wearing that hung the man, where I showed you where the little girl was smiling. Yeah, they show us as boiling people in pots and being savages, when really they the ones that started all that cannibalism shit anyway. So now here you have another picture of a racist ass cartoon with another Aunt Jemima looking female here using a scrub board to wash what you may think is some clothes. No, she's not washing clothes. I'll show you what she's washing. She pulls a little baby out the damn thing. See that? She pulls a baby out. She washing a baby on a scrub board. Now, cartoons is made to be violent anyway. We sit around and we think people get blown up. It's funny. People get ran over by cars. It's funny. People getting falling off of cliffs and big rocks falling on top of them. We think all that shit is funny. So now, back then, putting a baby in a big ass pot, scrubbing them up and down on the scrub board, was supposed to be funny. And more than likely, we sat around and laughed at that. They had us sitting around laughing at ourselves. How about the Egyptians? Walk like an Egyptian. Had them walking all different kind of funny ways. And we sat around and laughed at ourselves, which made us have an inferiority complex on ourselves. Here we go. Another picture of when I used to go to elementary school. A lot of the girls, before they start making all the weave and shit like that, used to wear their hair more like this. But they make it like, you know, they make us ashamed to look like with our hair like that. And then they add on the big giant lips and the little tooth. And let me say one thing here, right before I go on. Black people today act so goddamn stupid because now we finding out the truth. This is the age of information, but we sit around the ghetto all day long and we drink beer, we sit around and sell Lucy's to each other, sell poison and drugs and cigarettes and crack and so on and so forth to each other. We get in fights all the damn time. We can't get nothing organized. We don't even want to try to build our own businesses. And then other races come in and see this. And everything that I showed you, that's what go through their head. So right now, at the age of information, it is self-preservation. We can't no longer be blaming. We already know what the cracker did. We know how they set us up. I showed you all different ways, the nigger boy brittle pads and so on and so forth, how they made us self-hate ourselves. But we, like I said, this is the age of information. I'm showing you shit off a cell phone, and all y'all want to do is sit around and listen to fucking music. You want to listen to these rappers that is making this music so that your black folk, your little children, is going to kill each other on the corner just because they think that, you know, a certain color means, you know, you can't stand on this corner, or you making more money selling drugs on this corner than they are, so they got to kill you, they got to knock you off. The music makes them emulate, makes the young girl call themselves bitches, make the young boys call girls bitches, making the Glock sound, Glock Glock, or Buck Buck, or whatever the damn sound that they make with the guns. And meanwhile, while our children is emulating this bullshit music that we listen to, and we don't want to, we ain't trying to hear that. You parents ain't trying to hear that because y'all don't want to let go of the music that's tearing them up. Meanwhile, while they living that life, or trying to live that gangster life that's being portrayed in the music, the damn people that make the music is living out in Beverly Hills and different places, and they not even thinking about that kind of life. They living lives with their parents and with their children, and sitting on next to a swimming pool or on a nice sunny beach while they make music and send it over here and let your children kill each other with it. Even the older people back in the day with Marvin Gaye and different people like that, with Stevie Wonder, different folks, all they did was sing about sex all the time, or sing about it was a lot of songs that was out. It was the songs, Daddy, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling Stone now, come on. That put in the people's heads right then that fucking Daddy was no good. At the same time, after they got rid of Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and different ones, now they could go in and make the women's rights movement with the white girls burning bras and all kind of shit like that. And the black women got into it. Didn't even have nothing to do with them, but they got into it now, and they say I could do bad all by myself. Remind me of that coon ass Tyler Perry, dressing up like a female, another discrimination of the black man. They made it hard for black men, and they made it not so easy for white women to get jobs at one point, but they made it real easy for black women and white men to get jobs, so they could put them in the corporate office place together. And thus the black woman is sitting there in front of the white man that's writing the paper out for them to get this job. Meanwhile, they looking back on the streets at the black man, and they're saying, damn, they not understanding what's going on. So they looking at the black man without the job. They looking at the black man try to struggle and try to figure out how the hell he going to support his family. So now they make up these things called child support. So now they make the child support up and say, look at it, your black man can't even get a job. After they make it hard for him and turn him away from where he trying to get a job, they say, look, the black man can't even get a job, so we're going to make up this system so that he have to pay you for your children, and you don't have nothing to do with them. Now you can live and do bad all by yourself, but we're going to give you a check for it. And meanwhile, they pumping drugs into the neighborhood from all the love music that Marvin Gaye and all them people sung. All that was done for a purpose. It was to make y'all have more damn sex. So now you get down into these days that we living in, into the 90s and into the 2000s, and now all these babies that was made from all those people back in the 90s, the 70s, and the 80s, from having all those damn babies, is now, most of them are now on drugs or selling drugs. And now the new place for the black man, the new prison for the black man is, the enterprise for the black man is prison. So now they can successfully send the black man to prison and tell the woman that, you know, we're going to pay you to have the babies, and we're going to pay you to have babies, and you don't need that black man. You see how successful the white man is? Come on over with us. And it's being fell for every day. Let me see here. Here's another example. They got oh yeah, the Tom and Jerry. The Tom and Jerry, another episode of Tom and Jerry with the I think her name was Miss Two Shoes or Mama Two Shoes, the maid on the Tom and Jerry cartoon. Everybody else that was on the cartoon, she was the only black person on the cartoon, and she just happened to be a servant in the house. And I was a little boy, and I used to look at Tom and Jerry and laugh and make jokes and everything about it. And dang, I'm really so messed up because at the same time I was looking at those cartoons and everything, and I was thinking that white folks was pure and wholesome and all kind of crap like that. Dr. Reggie and them and Sinetta and them was up there with Khalid Muhammad and with the Nation of Islam and Dr. Ben and so on, and I wasn't even, I woke up through the New Wabian Nation, but I didn't even know about him. I didn't even know about Dr. York. So I more like was playing catch up. Yeah, I'm playing catch up pretty much. Here go another picture of Tom. I think he stuck his head in something trying to get Jerry, and it exploded, and now you see another black face, which now is in the head now that something is actually wrong with the black face. Whenever you see a black face, they can make it like it's burnt, or you know, it's something exploded, and it puts into your psyche that something's actually wrong with the black face. So now when they make something wrong with the black face, they can go and replace it. Let me see. Nope, not there either. Alright, wait a minute. They can they can make it go, after they get rid of the black face, they can replace it with the cracker face. You see Santa Claus on one side, that's child's fantasy, and you see Jesus the Cracker Christ on the other side, that is the adult fantasy. And you actually see where, look, just like Little Joe Cartwright, and what's the dude from the, and oh yeah, and that wasn't Little Joe earlier. I just remember that. Let me go back to that picture and correct that. This is Lee Majors. He played the $6 Million Man back in the day, and look how clean cut and everything he is. And let me see. I did have Little Joe Cartwright in here somewhere. But anyway, you know how his cracker ass looked too. I don't have to show him. Can't find him anyway. I might have erased him. So let me go back to alright. Go back to this one right here. I think I had, well, here go a picture of one of our ancestors, Malcolm X. One of my heroes. Definitely one of my heroes. And I had the picture of the master teacher. Dr. York in here. I think that's on another card. I'm not going to switch the cards up anymore, but after they get in our heads that something is wrong with a black face, then it's easy to replace it with a white face. It's easy to replace it with the cracker. This is something somebody wrote right here. Saving black people since, well, never. You see, somebody made this about the black Jesus. And one more thing. I'm gonna show you a quote that I made, and I put it on my Instagram. And I'm really sorry if anybody don't like it, and I don't really give a fuck. It's probably backwards. It might show up the other way, but right now it reads cracker Jesus or blacker Jesus. Sprinkling sugar on shit don't make it a Snickers. So let me look this up. Black Jesus.
Here's some information about Black Jesus.
I'm gonna show you. A lot of times the Hebrew Israelites wants to go into, and they my brothers. I love my Hebrew Israelite brothers. Is a particular picture that I want to make, that I want to pull up. Particular picture I want to pull up right here. Who says you can't use Google to get a damn point across? You know what you're talking about. That right there, you see that? They want to make Jesus look like this instead of the white cracker Jesus. Now I commend them for trying to get the white man image out of their people's heads. I commend them for that. But the thing is, goddamn Jesus ain't never existed in the first place. So whether you make him white or whether you make him black, I'm sorry, it's still the same goddamn thing. So y'all could just cut that out. Let me see what other pictures here. This right here, coon chicken soup. Look at that. Coon chicken soup. Look how they made us look back in the day. So now your psyche, yes, it begins to sink deep into your psyche that, oh my goodness, we look like that. We look like that. And they pull up here go another picture of Nanny taking care of two little cracker children. That was the servants. And remember, I told y'all, this is the age of information. I'm pulling this stuff up on Google's right here, and I had pictures already snapshotted in here to actually show you. Nigger head stove polish. Look at that. Nigger head stove polish. It's the age of information, y'all. We don't have to be the way we are. We already know what happened to us. We know how we, especially since I ain't no big deep scholar and everything like that, but I just wanted to show you a few things to let you know how our grandparents was manipulated into believing that they was a lower species and that they was, you know, that the white man was better than them. So after it sunk into their heads, then it was easy for them to make us believe it and to pass it on down from generation to generation. And that's after we was already over here anyway, but they brought a portion of us over on those boats too. But we was already all over the goddamn planet anyway, which they didn't want us to know that. And also tricked into Islam centuries before that. A lot of Muslims came over on a boat and they actually thought that they was lower than those stinking camel kissing ass Arabs, and so now we just a screwed up people. We just a screwed up people. But like I said, it's the age of information. We can pull ourselves out of this. We are the guides of our own destiny. But we don't want to see it. A lot of us is waking up. A lot of us is waking up. We getting tired of sitting down and not and just believing any old damn thing that come across us. And a whole lot of us is getting tired of it. But it's not enough of us. When is it going to stop? When are we going to realize that this system that was built for us is not made for us? When are we going to connect back with our brothers and sisters? It's already been some African nations that already apologized for what happened. They already apologized for what happened. And and some of them is actually saying we could come home and so on and so forth. But now you got to be careful of that, because there's so much goddamn human organ harvesting going on. It's been reports of people thinking that they're going to go get a job somewhere and make a better living, and all they was doing was being suckered in so that they could be cut up like chickens and be served around the damn world. The organs be served around the damn world for probably some rich cracker that needs parts, or using experiment with our melanin for different things. We got to be careful with all of that now. It's just so much. Look at this, nigger head tease. Nigger head tease. Now you looking at that. Now you already brainwashed. You back in the day, you already brainwashed. You already got a Bible in front of you with a cracker on it that looks all, is depicted to look all pretty and handsome and everything like that. Like this sucker here. Straight out of fiction. You want us to... You already looking at this, and you think that he looking all pretty and everything, and now you see all these depictions of you and your people looking like animals, looking like something to laugh at, something to be ashamed of, and you don't want your children to look like that. So therefore, you try to do different things with their hair and try to make them look more European-like, and it dwindles all the way down to us, and now we just a screwed up people. But we can pull ourselves out of it. We can pull ourselves out of it. You can't blame the damn Hispanics and the Asians for coming over here and doing what they do, because we let them. We let them in the neighborhood. We used to have a joke about if you wanted a what's the name, a Mexican to do something. If you wanted something cheap done, get a Mexican to do it. And we all sit around and laugh at that. Now the goddamn Mexicans pull their little pennies together and build construction businesses. And now they are in a so-called black neighborhood, building houses, renovating houses for the white man to rent to us. And what are we doing? Sitting around getting drunk, watching Love and Hip Hop. As much as I love football and Cowboys, that's a bunch of bullshit too. All the WWE, all the Housewives of Atlanta, all that is a bunch of bullshit. All that Nickelodeon, faggot ass SpongeBob, the little faggot boy, I can't remember his name. It's a little faggot white boy. He looked like a little fucking beanbag or something. Kid Danger, all that shit that you let your children look at, in the schools that they send them to that lie to them, tell them dumb shit about like Christopher Columbus discovered America, and all you want to do is just get them out the damn house anyway, out of your hair, and so you could go do what you want to do. So you can care less what the damn school's telling them, as long as they do their homework and get those A's at the white man that you want them, to be on their level of education, so that they could grow up and be a slave like a grandpa before you. And now you're just going to teach them to be a slave, and they're going to teach their children to be slaves, and it's just going to keep going on unless we all wake up. Enough of us wake up to cut this shit out. We just got to figure out something. Somebody got to draw the line somewhere. And I've said I cannot, go out. I cannot go out without trying to do something, without trying to tell someone something, to better their lives and to help wake our people up. I give honor to my master teacher, Dr. Malachi York. See if I could pull a pictures of Dr. Malachi York.
Pictures of Dr. Malachi York, okay.
It's my master teacher right here. This is where I woke up at. And I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say about him. If it wasn't for this man right here, I might be still chasing that cracker ass Jesus. Might be still chasing him. I used to be a Mormon. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. I was Baptist. I was a Catholic. I was up in all that crap. If it wasn't for this man, right here running into his doctrine, I really don't know exactly. I would have poured out of it. I damn sure would have poured out of it sooner or later. But this man right here, his doctrine helped me to pull out of it a lot quicker. That's if I wasn't going to pull out of it at all. I want everybody to check this out real quick. And I want to promote another brother that I am very fond of. This is Cy Nutter, because Cy Nutter is the one that inspired me to do what I do on YouTube. Coming soon, the House of Consciousness Awards. You should go and support this brother. He is doing marvelous work. I'm talking about, it's beyond marvelous. He is the man. He is the man of black spiritual African consciousness of today. He brings it all together. And I don't give a fuck what you say about him. My bull brother Polite. I wish the young Pharaoh and Sarasu City, I wish all of us could, all of my brothers could get back together. Props to Dr. Umar Johnson for showing that he is what he said he is. We got to do something, folk. We got to come out of this bull crap. We got to break that white man's spell, because he is still putting on TV. He's still putting in the media what he wants to put in, because he know we gonna fall for it. We got to give everything back. We got to give all those stupid ass holidays back. Stupid ass Christmas, stupid ass Easter. We got to give something that I made up on my Instagram, and I'm going to read it real quick before I get out of here. Black people, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I think we should replace these holidays, these stupid ass holidays, with our own people's birthdays. And I'm starting with replacing Christmas with Harriet Tubman, Noble Drew Ali over Easter, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad over the 4th of July, Marcus Garvey over New Year's Day, Malcolm X over Halloween, Dr. Savy over Thanksgiving, my master teacher Dr. York over Columbus Day, and Khalid Muhammad over Veterans Day. I have that posted on my Instagram. It don't even have to go in that order. I just did it from the date, from the earliest date of birth on down. That's how I did it. It don't even have to go in that order, but we should be replacing these brainwashing ass holidays with our people's birthdays. And we should change up Martin Luther King's Day, because a lot of you think he's an agent and so on and so forth. I think Martin Luther King really, I think he had good intentions. The only problem is he was telling people to go worship the cracker Jesus. And as soon as he started waking up and realizes that it wasn't no cracker Jesus, that's when they knocked him off, because he had too much damn power. He would have had influence, would have been out of this world. And of course they knocked off one of my heroes, Malcolm X. But anyway, I'd like to go ahead and end this now, and I hope that the people out there got something out of this. And I cannot go down without trying to instill in my people, some kind of fact or something to help us to get out of the hole that we in. I bid you shalom, assalamu alaikum. I bid you Islam, wadu. Hope I didn't forget anybody. God bless you for you Christians out there. I just hope that everybody out there got something out of this. And I will catch you next time on Key Life Productions. Peace out.